What's going on, everybody? It's time for a haul video. It's been at least like 4 months, I think, at this point since I did a haul video. I didn't do one at the beginning of the year because I did my collection tour video, and you can check that out if you like. I'll put the link to that in the description of this video. But yeah, I did a haul video. I did a tour video, so because of the tour video, I didn't do a haul video for November and December because I figured, what's the point? You're already going to see all of it, in the tour video. So instead, I'm going to do one for January and February. And my haul otherwise for February would have been not too big. It would have been maybe like a 40 volume haul. But I picked up two box sets. And with those two box sets, that really amplified my haul. And I actually did separate videos about the two box sets that are in my haul. And one of the first videos I did about the box sets was this one right here. This is Tokyo Ghoul, the first Tokyo Ghoul set, not the Tokyo Ghoul reset. But I may end up eventually getting my hands on the Tokyo Ghoul reset. Maybe in like a month or two or something like that. Maybe in a couple of months I'll end up picking that set up. But this is the regular Tokyo Ghoul set, and it is a really nice set. And it comes in this little carrying case, which is really convenient, I think. And it's a really nice case. And so, if you feel up to picking this up, I think it's worth it. I think it's only like $120 or something like that. And I don't think it's a bad deal for what you get out of it. And Tokyo Ghoul is, a pretty renowned series, and I also picked up a volume from the same creator that just dropped, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. I'm going to show you the other box set now, so let's move it along. I wanted to knock the box sets out first because these are going to be the most cumbersome to cover, but I did a whole video about this one. I'll open it up to show you what's inside, but if you want like a more detailed look at everything, I did videos about this one and I did a video about the other one. I feel like I talked more about the other one in this video than I did in that one. But I opened this one up in a separate video and kind of went through all the volumes. So if you want to see more, you can watch that video to see more of this Claymore set. But yeah, this is 27 volumes. The other set is 14 volumes, and this also has a handle so you can carry it around with you. Take it with you on a business trip or something, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I have no regrets about either of these sets, and like I think I've been converted to the way of the box set, and I'm going to be picking up more box sets. And I'm going to be doing a Let's Review series of videos about Claymore, so keep an eye out for that if you feel like subbing to my channel. Alright, since we just talked about Tokyo Ghoul, let's talk about Chojin X. This is the same dude who did Tokyo Ghoul, Sui Ishida. I'm in the middle of this right now. I haven't finished reading it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm almost done with it, and I've got a Let's Talk About in the works right now. As I do this video, I'm writing my script for a Let's Talk About Chojin X. I really like the story a lot. It reminds me of like Jagan a little bit. It's like a transformation type of manga where this dude gets powers and he can suddenly turn into a thing, and it's pretty wild. It's definitely not like Tokyo Ghoul yet. Maybe later on it'll turn into Tokyo Ghoul, but as of right now, it's a lot more comedic and a lot more lighthearted than Tokyo Ghoul is, and I'm really enjoying it quite a bit. So I would definitely check this out if you haven't already. And it's a nice big volume too. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I think it's like 200 pages or something, but yeah, it's a nice thick volume. I think it was in the tour video that I was gonna finish up my Platinum Men collection, and these are the same mangaka that wrote Death Note, if I'm not mistaken. So this is their follow-up series after Death Note, and I got the rest of it right here. This is, I think, volume 9. This is volume, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta make sure volume 10. And these are all like really glittery. Volume 11, 12. 13 and 14, and with 14, I like that cover a lot for 14. With these right here, this completes my Platinum Men set. Whether or not I'll do a video about this series, I don't know yet. And maybe I will eventually do a video about it, but as of right now, I'm just gonna like read it. I started watching the anime, and I thought it was okay. Maybe I was thinking, I pick up the manga, thinking maybe it's better than the anime. Basically, you're about to off yourself, or you're accidentally die or something, and an angel comes down and they give you an ability, and you can use that ability to try to better your own life or hurt other people. And some of the people in this use that ability to hurt others, and there's like a whole bunch of people that got chosen to receive this ability, and when they receive the ability, some of them do awful things, and there can be only one, like the Highlander, and things happen. I don't want to say too much just in case you don't know anything about the story and maybe you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, I think it's an interesting premise, but I'm hoping maybe the manga does a better job of conveying the story than the anime did. This is one that I picked up for a video I did. I think it was the I've been reading Lewd manga video. So if you like Lewd manga, this one, I think this is actually kind of cute. This one's not that bad, I don't think. I've definitely read worse. And I got all of it. I got all 4 volumes. Like, if there's a story and it's short, I'll check it out. Like, I'll just pick up all of it. Like, this is really short. This is only 4 volumes. So I was like, you know what? I'll just pick it up. I'll just pick all of it up. And if I end up not liking it, then I'll just get rid of them. But basically, this dude is both the hero and the demon lord at the same time. Because something with his parents. And there's 2 girls that are vying for his hand, essentially. Like, one of them wants to become the hero, the other one wants to become the demon lord, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goal, and that means whatever it takes to get him. And since this is a lewd manga, that I'll let your imagination take you where a lewd manga will go with that sort of a premise. But yeah, it's a lot cuter than I thought it was going to be. It's not nearly as lewd as I was expecting it to be, or maybe not. Yeah, because I've only read this first volume. There's still 3 more volumes where like pretty much anything can happen. So let's see what happens. We got Gigant volume 10 right here, and then we also have Gantz volume 11. I don't feel like I need to say much about these. I mean, classic creator right here, Hiroya Oku, who is a legend, and this is one of my favorite manga ever. I read all of it, all 373, I think, volumes, or not volumes, but chapters of this. I read all of it a long time ago, and now I'm collecting these big omnibus volumes. And then I've been reading Gigant. I think I need to read like 2 more volumes of Gigant. I need to read volume 9, volume 10, which I have right here. This is the last volume of Gigant. And I think like there's maybe like 2 or 3 more volumes of this, because I don't want to say, but they're at a point, I think, here where like maybe in another 2 or 3 volumes it'll complete the whole story. But I haven't opened this yet, so I don't know for sure. I feel like they're right there. They're like right at the end of the story, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe even the next volume is the last one. And I think this is definitely worth owning, and there's a YouTuber that I follow that thinks that there's going to be like big like Berserk omnibus volumes of Gantz, and if there are, maybe I'll start collecting those as well and just start over again. Regardless, it's definitely worth owning because I love this series so damn much. And this one's only like 10 volumes deep, so I think it's worth it as well. It's a lot more raunchy, I think, than Gantz is, because this follows a character that was in the industry, if you catch my drift. And yeah, there's a lot more going on here in that vein, and it's a lot more immediate. The story's a lot more condensed than it was in Gantz, so you'll definitely get through this a lot quicker than you would through Gantz. So I guess pick your poison, or read both of them, or even read Inuyashiki, which I need to collect myself. I will probably be picking that up sooner or later. Alright, I'm going to rapid fire some things because I want to get this video going. We got Kowloon, Generic Romance. This is a really good series. I've not opened this yet. As you can see, it's still sealed. But I really like the first volume, so I'm excited to get into volume 2. I do recommend the first volume. I did a video about it if you want to look for it. It's on my channel. We got Ayakashi Triangle. The anime is out now for this. I have not watched the anime because I really don't watch a lot of anime. But I will probably be reading this pretty soon. I'm in the middle of another volume of manga. I'm reading like 6 different volumes of manga at the same time. So once I finish one of them, I'm going to start Ayakashi Triangle Volume 2. Shy. I didn't like this. I didn't like the series. I read all of it. I thought it was okay. I'm not going to get Volume 2. So those are my thoughts. She's a hero, but she's also really shy, and her hero name is Shy. Her hero name is Shy. And yeah, it's about like anxiety and whatnot. And I thought it was cute, but I'm not interested in coming back for any more of it. Oshinoko. So I couldn't finish this, and I hate to say that because I love the creators of other series. I love the creators of other series. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. But I legitimately got through like half of this, and even then, I was forcing myself to read it, and I couldn't get into it. Like, I get what it's about, you know, but there's just too much going on, and I'm going to be talking about it more in another video, where I'm going to be talking about manga that came out this year, and talk more in depth about it, so I'm going to talk about it in that video, so I'll give like more of my thoughts about the series itself. But yeah, she's an idol, and I can't really say because of spoilers, but yeah, she's an idol and things happen, and I just didn't think it was that good. Like I said, I couldn't finish it. But if you enjoyed this, that's cool. I'm not hating on you or the story, but just I really wanted to like it, but yeah, I couldn't get into it. 17 through 21 by Tatsuki Fujimoto before Chainsaw Man. I feel like they threw that in there because they think that like Western audiences don't know who Tatsuki Fujimoto is. I mean, like I feel like if you're reading the manga, you probably know who Tatsuki Fujimoto is, and people reading the manga probably knew about him through Fire Punch through Fire Punch, which came out before Chainsaw Man. And I haven't opened this yet, but I'm going to be reading it soon because I'm reading it for a video. So I'm going to be cracking this open pretty soon. But it's stories he wrote a long time ago, and then he's got another one coming out, which is like 22 through like 24 or something of his life. Then we got Chain Soldier Volume 3. I went from thinking this story was okay to liking the second volume of it, and now I picked up the third volume. So I'm definitely capable of changing my opinion about things, because like I said, I didn't like it at first, and now I think it's getting a lot better. Yeah, because I didn't like this character. So basically, the Japanese version, the name is like Chain Slave or something like that. And when they change it to English, of course they're not gonna call it Chain Slave. And I don't feel like I need to explain the reason they're not gonna call it Chain Slave. But yeah, Chain Soldier, dude turns into like a monster and helps these girls fight other monsters. I'm doing like a really bad job of explaining it. I have a video where I talk more about Chain Soldier. It's surface level. It's really not a deep, intriguing story, but it is a lot of fun. Whenever the dude in the story does the thing and he helps the girls out, they have to do something in return for him, and it's usually something really lewd and inappropriate, but it's actually like not a bad story. And I used to hate this girl right here, and then I started liking her more in Volume 2, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Volume 3. Like, as you see, I have not opened it yet. PTSD Radio Volume 2. I love this damn series. I loved Volume 1. I did a video about Volume 1 that is on the channel if you want to check it out. I did a lot better than I thought it was going to do, because my videos don't always do that great. Sometimes they like rank up like 20 views. Other times I get like 3,000 views. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's the algorithm or if people just don't like me. But sometimes my videos do really well. Other times they don't. I'm not complaining because I'm glad anybody even watches it all. But I love this damn series. The creator stopped writing it after Volume 3 because weird things started happening to him. And like I said, if you want to watch my video, I talk like super in depth about it. The artwork here is insane, dude. It is legitimately some of the most incredible artwork I've ever seen in my life. And I have zero complaints about PTSD Radio. Other than that, I wish that there were more. I wish there were more. But I understand completely, like, that he doesn't want to work on it anymore because of what happened to him and what happened to his staff. That I don't even know if any of those people even work for him anymore. But yeah, I know stuff happened, and like I said, if you want to watch my video, I talk a lot more about it there. But I do recommend the series because the artwork is crazy as hell, and each chapter of this is like a knob, you know, on an old radio, and some of them like will come back. It feels like it's like a series of vignettes, and it'll come back, you know, to each thing, but then it'll be like a point. It'll be like a decimal, you know, point, and it'll be a number up from. It'll have the first two numbers like 22.35, and then the next will be like 22.36 or something, you know, and it'll be that same character, but it'll be like much later into the volume. So there's definitely a recurrence of characters, you know, being reintroduced into the story. And it is, if I was going to recommend you anything of all the stuff that I'm going to talk about here today, This is going to be among the top 3, and then I'm going to show you the number 1 that I will recommend you at the end of the video, because I always save those for last. But yeah, please read PTSD Radio if you like horror manga. Alright, let's do some more rapid fire. Kaiju number 8. Volume 5? I think volume 6 is out now, or it might be out, I don't know, but this is the last one I picked up. I still haven't even read volume 4. This is a really good series. I definitely recommend it because the artwork is solid, and Naoya Matsumoto is an incredible mangaka, and I wish nothing but the best for the man. Dandadan. This has legitimately become my favorite manga series that is currently running. If you follow me on Instagram on my Gonzo Collectibles account, I am always gushing and posting screens from this manga because I love it, and I've been reading ahead on the Viz app. I'm not caught up to where the series is, like as it drops each week, as each chapter drops each week, but I'm like getting there. I'm getting there pretty quick, so I need to maybe slow down so I don't catch up completely, so I don't have to sit there and wait every week like I do with Chainsaw Man. Like I wait every week for a new Chainsaw Man chapter because I follow Chainsaw Man, like, the weekly drops, and it's going to go on hiatus, I think, for a couple weeks or something like that. I'd read Tatsuki Fujimoto's taking some time off, but I did order volume 12 in Spanish, so I'm going to be doing a Let's review about Chainsaw Man volume 12. The chapters contained within that, so there won't be anything spoiler or whatever beyond those chapters. Beyond those chapters. But yeah, I love Dandadan. I really hope that this one day gets an anime because it is legitimately insane. And the next volume after this, volume 3, that's the one I'm excited about because that contains my favorite arc that I'm not going to spoil because I'm not a horrible person. But I will be spoiling it in the video that I do because I'm going to do a Let's review where I'm going to review the first 3 volumes and that arc that comes next. And I'm not going to spoil it because I don't know how many of you are just like reading the volumes as they drop, and I don't like to. I'm not a gatekeeper, and I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that to anybody. I want you guys to read manga. I don't want to tell you what happens in the manga. We got some Shuzo Oshimi. Welcome Back Alice Volume 4, which I'm in the middle of. I love this series. I love Welcome Back Alice. This is legitimately one of my favorite manga that I'm reading. This character reminds me a lot of Jules from Euphoria, which is a really good series, and if you're an adult, or if you're a person over the age of 18 watching this video, I really highly recommend Euphoria if you haven't read it yet. If you're feeling euphoric and you want to watch a series about drug addicts and just like high school kids doing things they shouldn't be doing, it's a really good series, really well written. I almost said volume 3. I think the 3rd season is almost out, or it's being worked on, or it's going to be worked on soon. I know the creator just won an award or something. Sam Levinson is his name. Solid cast too. Everybody involved in that show does an incredible job, and that show is what inspired me to change up my lighting in here, because before my videos used to just be like a white, just used to be like there was no flash or anything. Right now I'm using 2 color lights. I got purple lights like right on my face right now, both, and they're extremely hot, because they're like really close to me. So like I'm burning up right now. I don't know if you can tell because like I usually drop these videos in 4K, so you can see the sweat just like pouring down my face. Yeah, we got Sweet Poolside, also by Shuzo Oshimi. I said I was going to rapid fire these things, and then I started talking way too much. Yeah, Sweet Poolside, I have no idea what this is about. I haven't even read the back of it, so I can't sit here in front like I know what this story's about. But it's Shuzo Oshimi, so I'm sure it's going to be screwed up. And yeah, I have a lot of Shuzo Oshimi. Like, I have an ungodly amount of Shuzo Oshimi. I have a lot of Shuzo Oshimi, as you can see. Like, all that whole bottom row is Shuzo Oshimi, and then like part of that row right there is Shuzo Oshimi, and then yeah, now I have these 2 to add to that collection. And there's a lot of other stuff by him that I don't own, or at least not a lot, but there is other stuff by him that I don't own yet, like the Devil one right there. I don't have the 2nd volume of that, and then I also don't have the one about the girl that draws the penises. I don't have that one either. Umeko or whatever her name is. I'll put it right there, the cover art of it. So let's keep this train rolling. I know some of you like it when I talk like super in depth about the things that I pick up, but I don't have a lot of time, and like I'm running on fumes right now. I've been working like 6 days a week and I'm exhausted. This is something that like I picked up on a whim. I read like the first part of Interspecies Reviewers like years ago, and I thought it was weird, and then I saw that like I'm pretty sure these are the same creators from Interspecies Reviewers, and I saw this. This is Monster Wrestling Interspecies Combat Girls, and I thought this looks insane, so I just picked all of it up. I picked it all up. I read, I didn't read any of it yet, but I did open the second volume to essentially, like, to check it out, because I didn't have this first volume yet. Like, this just arrived today, and I wanted to see, like, what I was going to get myself into, and yeah, this is extremely over the top. I'm going to do a video about the series. As soon as I saw the artwork for it, I was like, yep, this is a video waiting to be done, and I'm going to have to be really careful, because I don't want that video to get flagged, because nowadays YouTube is a lot more strict than it's ever been, and I'm an extremely small channel, so if my videos get flagged, then nobody's ever going to watch them, and that would suck. So I just want to read weird I just want to read, like, weird manga, and this would have been perfect for my Lewd video, so I don't know when I'm going to get around to this, but yeah, I do expect a video about the series, but it's not going to happen until I read all 4 volumes, so I can just do, like, a big video and you know, give my thoughts on it, on whether I enjoy it or not. But, you know, given how over the top it looks, and from what I saw in, you know, the second volume of it, there is wrestling, and it's really weird. And I kind of like that it doesn't have, like, the huge text logs that interspecies reviewers did, because that had, like, insane text logs, and it was extremely boring. I found it extremely boring. So if you like that series, that's cool. I'm not hating on it. I just couldn't get into it myself. The Hellbound Volume 2. I adore this series, dude. I mean, it's so good that even Bong Joon-ho, I'm not going to show you the back because it shows spoilers, but Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite, who also did Memories of Murder. I think he did Mother as well, if I'm not mistaken. If he didn't do Mother, I'll put down there that he didn't do Mother. But I thought he did. Or it could be somebody else. I think he did The Host. Or maybe he didn't. But he did Memories of Murder, which is a solid as hell film. And Parasite, which is another incredible film. And he thought that this was a solid manhwa. And I also think that this is a solid manhwa. This is honestly a masterpiece, I think. This story is really well done. And for it being like a manhwa, for it being just artwork, I don't want to say just artwork, because I feel like that diminishes the integrity and the creativity and whatnot that it takes to be an artist and to make a story and to draw it. But I mean, for it being, you know, essentially pictures that you're like looking at, and it isn't a film, you know, you don't get the visceral enjoyment of seeing, you know, like the way you would in the film. Like it's still life, and it's amazing because the emotion that's captured on the faces of these characters in the Hellbound is just raw and brutal, and it feels legit. It honestly, it reminds me of The Mist a bit, you know, like that whole group think mentality thing that happens in The Mist, that kind of happens in this manga, in this manhwa. And I think it's superb, and I'm going to be doing a why you should read once I read the second volume, because I haven't started it yet, but I read the first volume and I adored the first volume, so look forward to that. I don't want to say too much about it here, but I do highly recommend this if you want to read a good manhwa. I definitely recommend the Hellbound. All right, we're getting there. Let's talk about this one now. This is Steins Gate 0 or 0 or whatever the hell. I started watching the anime, but I never really finished it. And I ended up, you know, just getting these volumes right here. I have all of it right here. I also have the other Steins Gate one. I don't know if I've showed you guys that one. That was the complete original Steins Gate series. So this is volume 2. And then this is volume 3 of Steins Gate 0, which I think is like a continuation of the Steins Gate series. Like a part 2 in a sense. And it features the same characters, and she is a new character in the series. And I can't really explain it well to you because it's been a while and I forgot what happened in this second one, but I feel like it was, yeah, after the events of the other one, and the characters had either forgotten or the events didn't take place, or they were pretending they didn't take place. So I don't want to say what those events are because I don't want to like start spoiling it or whatever. But yeah, these are like really thick omnibus volumes, and the other ones like maybe so thick. So there's a lot more story that ended up coming out of this, and I really do want to read them. But I'm gonna start from Steins Gate, even though like I've seen Steins Gate the anime twice. So I mean I feel like I pretty much already know that story, but I haven't read the manga ever. So I want to start from the manga and read through the manga and then read these as well. So I don't know if I'm going to do Let's reviews or what with them, but I do want to do videos about it. And yeah, like maybe do like a Let's review about each one, like a Let's review about that first one, and then do each of these big omnibus volumes in its own thing. And these are nice. I think they're nice volumes. They're thick. They're definitely thick volumes, so they got to be at least like 400 to 500 pages of manga, of story in each one of these. So I think it's worth it. They're not too bad. I think they're like 20 something bucks a pop. And for as big as they are, I don't think that's a bad deal. I didn't even know that these existed until I got the other one, until I got the other omnibus, and yeah, I think it's definitely worth adding it to the collection, because I did enjoy the anime quite a bit, and I want to see how the manga is in relation to it. So this is something that's been a long time coming. Every YouTuber you ever watch that does manga, every manga tuber always has this in their collection, and it's like rappers, you know, like in the 90s or the early 2000s whenever you'd see rappers on like MTV Cribs and they all had the Scarface DVD. Like every one of them always had the Scarface DVD. Well, this is my Scarface DVD. I have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parts 1 and 2. Yeah, right here. Got volume 2 with Zappelli on the cover. I've been reading this. And we got Dio there. I've been reading this. I'm in the middle of the last volume. I'm in the middle of volume 3. As you can see, I got my bookmark right there. I've never read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I went into it completely blind, and I've loved it so much. It's insane. It's legitimately insane, and I can't wait. I can't wait to do my video about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because it's legitimately one of the craziest stories I've ever read, and I can't stop reading it and thinking about it. Like, it's always on my mind, and I'm doing like a big Let's review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which should be out maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks after this video that you're watching right now, because I'm doing a lot of work. Like, I'm writing like a massive script, because I'm going to talk about all 3 volumes at the same time. I've got all of part 2, so this is volume 1 here, and then we got, I think this is volume 2. So yeah, I'm in the middle of volume 3 now. So I'm going to be, as soon as I finish that, I'm going to be kicking these off so that I can eventually do a part 2 Let's review. And I'm going to be splitting that one up. My part 2 Let's review, I'm going to be splitting up between volumes 1 and 2 are going to be part 1. They're going to be the first video, and then volumes 3 and 4 are going to be in the other video. So I'm going to be doing 2 separate videos about it, and then I'm going to be buying part 3 at some point as well. So I think part 3 is like 10 volumes deep, and there's like a set that you can buy, which has all 10 volumes, and it's like $140 versus buying them individually, which I think is going to be like $200 or something or more dollars, you know, based on the fact that each volume I think is like $20, so it's going to be a lot more expensive to buy them individually. So I'm just going to get them all at pretty much at the same time. So you'll probably end up seeing that in a haul in like April or something. I finally got my hands on this thing. I pre-ordered it last year at some point. I think months ago, like middle of last year, like May, June of 22, and it got delayed a bit, but it finally came out. I was gonna do a video kind of going over it, but this is at the point where like I kind of started to fall, like to just kind of like get away from doing the weekly uploads, and even right now I'm able to kind of continue these weekly uploads because I'd recorded some random videos where like I really didn't have to do a lot of prep work, and that made it a lot easier for me to get videos out. so I'm able to kind of like get back on track. And I don't want to show you the back of this because, well, yeah, there's nothing going on. I thought there was some nudity back there, but not really. Kind of made me nervous. But I think this is a really nice, big, hardcover omnibus that collects the 3 volumes that are in a separate set. And I'll show you that separate set on this side of the screen that has the 3 volumes. I was going to pick that up to have that and this because I'm that kind of a person. Like, I'm like a completionist where like I want to have, if I like a thing, I want to have all of it. And like I said, I haven't opened this yet, like at all. But like the paper is nice. Yeah, it's got like really fine paper. Like really thick pages, and it looks good. It's like glossy almost. So I'm glad that it's not cheap, because the volume itself, this big omnibus, wasn't cheap, and it feels sturdy. It's just like, because certain omnibuses you'll pick up and they're huge, but then they're like really flimsy, like those Attack on Titan Colossal volumes are like really flimsy. I wish they would have made those into like hardcovers, because they are extremely flimsy. And when I was reading it, when I was reading those Colossal volumes, I was like worried about, where I would put them, and they're really awkward too, which makes it a lot harder to read them. But this is, I think, is great, because this is like a textbook too. You could just put it on a surface and plop it open, and there's no issue with readability or whatever. But I'm going to be cracking this open at some point in time, because I loved the original Ghost in the Shell, one of my favorite films ever. And I have, like I said, I'm a completionist, so I also have the Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, because like I said, I'm a completionist, so I picked that volume up as well. And I actually even have like a DVD. I have the VHS of Ghost in the Shell, the original one, because I like to collect things fully whenever I am super into them. So yeah, I mean, even though I haven't personally opened this up, based on the design, based on the way the art looks and everything, I would recommend picking it up, even though you're going to spend like maybe $60 on it. So I mean, I guess it's up to you if you're enough of a fan of the series. And I always save the best for last, as I said earlier in the video. If I was going to recommend you anything, it would be that manga or this right here. This is what I would recommend to anyone and everyone, always and forever. Berserk, Volume 12. I started to read Berserk a long time ago, and I got, I don't even know how far into it, like 100 or so chapters into it, and I abandoned it because it was a weird time in my life, and I'm reading it again. I'm in the middle right now of Volume 3. I've read the first 2 big boy omnibus volumes. I did a video about them. I did a Let's Review, which you can check out. It's on the channel. I'm going to go through all of it. I don't know how long it's going to take me. It's probably going to take me a couple of years, I think, altogether, to get through everything and to do videos about all of it. But I do plan on doing a video about each and every volume of it, and I'm doing them together in every couple of volumes. I do a video, so I'll do a volume for volumes 3 and 4 eventually, and then 5 and 6, and so on. And I think this is the second to last. I think 13 is going to be the last Berserk omnibus volume. I'm glad to own this, and I will continue to support always and forever. As I always say, Kentaro Miura is, and will always be a master of the craft of storytelling and the craft of writing and drawing, and this is just a masterwork, and I cannot wait to continue to read it and to do videos about it, and hopefully my videos don't get taken down, even though, the way I do it on this channel, I'm showing love and appreciation for these things, and I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to claim it. I don't own any of it. I just want to show praise for it. I want to show love for it. And I want to, bring people into the fold that maybe have never read a series. And I know there was a comment on the Berserk video from somebody that said that they were going to start reading it. And I hope that that person does start reading it, because it is just wonderfully written and drawn and detailed, and I think that it should be consumed by everyone that reads manga. So that was it. That was the last volume in this video. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'm sweating buckets because it's extremely hot in this room, and I got these two extremely bright lights right in my face, and as soon as I turn them off, I'm still going to be seeing the flash of these super bright lights. But I hope that my pain and suffering was of benefit. I hope that you enjoy the things that I talked about. I hope that you get something out of this. If you haven't picked any of these up, or if you plan on picking any of these up, please let me know. I'd also like to know what you're picking up yourself. What manga have you recently picked up? What manga do you plan on picking up? And is there anything that you recommend that I pick up? If you got any ideas for me, please let me know. Sub to the channel. I would appreciate it so much. It would mean the world to me. We're at like 400 and something subs. I didn't imagine this channel would ever grow this big. I remember being at like less than 100, thinking like this is probably all this channel is ever going to be. And yeah, we're almost at 500 subs. And the fact that we're going to even hit 500 subs, and I'm pretty sure we really will hit 500 subs, because like the fact that we're like less than, I want to say maybe 80 subs away from 500, that means a hell of a lot to me. So thank you so much, for watching these videos and for sticking around and for commenting and for being around. That stuff all means the world to me, and I love sharing these videos with you. I love sharing opinions with you, and I love hearing your thoughts about the things that I talk about. So please keep sticking around, because I don't plan on going anywhere. I got a lot more content in the works for you all. So yeah, hope to see you when we hit 500. Please take care of yourselves.
By the hands of God, I stand as a wrench between your wheeling cog, fastening my belt, bracing myself to withstand against all odds. Himself shadow runners, battle ready, murder dogs, rip the skin off your horses, triumph and smash the sorceress, lethal forces. The failure of your ambitions is more painful than divorces. Smash your dome piece on the doorway, when the door hits, that's it. Call it quits, zipped up in plastic, cremated, melted like elastic. Dreams don't mean shit, in this life they don't exist.